Here's a question for you. The name Fogarty is associated with which bike maker? Ducati. Correct. But there is another member of the Fogarty household who's now very involved with biking, and they work here. And of course I'm talking about Michaela Fogarty, Carl's wife. You're not working in factory, are you now, Michaela?
Well, yeah, I've just got changed out of my overalls and just give my hands a quick wash with Swartwiga.
Right, so you're not building bikes, but you are working with CCM. So what are you doing? What's your job?
Yeah, well, we've just been talking about this morning, and apparently I'm going to be spearheading the marketing campaign, which basically means that you're probably going to be seeing ugly mug everywhere, and probably a lot of people are going to think, oh, it's Carl's wife, you know, and they'll probably take a little bit more interest. Yeah. But also, the other reason that I want to try and make this work is because we did actually invest some money. And so I want to see this thing grow, you know, and get a return on it.
So it's not just a job you've applied for, you've got a vested interest there. You've got to make it work for your own good, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And of course, like you say, you're well known anyway in the biking world. So
well, yeah, I mean, for some reason, during the course of Carl's career, the cameras always seem to have switched to me. Now, whether that's because I've kind of played a working role in his job, you know,
you're better looking than Carl.
Well, only just. But I always used to time him, you see, on the pits.
Right.
And the cameras always used to cut to me, or just jumping up and down with the mechanics. So for some reason, like, the face has got quite well known. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people are going to see that and think, oh, God, yeah, you know, she's doing something. Let's have a look what it is.
Right, yeah. Well, talking about your interest in bikes, obviously there's a big interest with Carl's career, but were you into bikes before you met Carl?
No.
Did he get you into bikes?
I had no choice.
No, you've not got a lot of choice.
You know, I mean, I've known the family for years.
Right.
I actually went to school with Carl's sister.
Oh, right.
So I've known him since I was about 12 years old. And then his dad used to race.
Of course, yeah.
So that was the connection there with Carl in the beginning. That's how I got to know him again. Then we separated, and I came back up. I lived down south and came back up in about 87, and I've been with him for 13 years, so, I mean, I have no choice in the matter.
And you knew what you were letting yourself in for, didn't you?
Well, I didn't at the time, really, because, I mean, we didn't know how good he was going to get.
Right.
We thought, you know, you take a chance.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were living in a little flat in Blackburn, and he was just doing weekend races nationally.
Right.
And then it grew as we grew, you know, so 13 years down the line, it's now become what it is.
Yeah, and of course, he's hung up his leathers. You've just got involved with this, so this job's going to take you across the world, isn't it? And certainly into Europe.
Well, it's going to be role reversal now, isn't it? He's going to have to stay at home with the kids, cooking and washing, and I'll be going, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, love.
What does he think about that?
Well, he's all for it, you know. I mean, he actually retired. He announced his retirement on the Thursday, and I started work on the Monday.
Blimey.
You know, so, you know, it was a quick switch. Right. But, I mean, it's something that I want to do, because now that I'm not going to be there supporting him, racing, you know, I didn't want to become brain dead at home. And with the investment that I made, I thought, well, why not?
They're a local firm to you?
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're based here in Blackburn, and we've actually known Austin quite some time. I mean, our kids go to the same school, so, you know, we are quite friendly with
You knew a lot about them. And, of course, they're a growing up firm as well, because I think I was here this time last year, and there was 25 people working here.
Yeah, they've got 30 odd now. I mean, they're at the moment making 15 bikes a week, which are all sold out. Yeah. And hoping for next year to be putting out 1,500.
Blimey.
So, you know, it's growing fast.
On the up and up, isn't it?
And they've just had a big investment brought in as well, which will help matters greatly.
Excellent. So what do you see your job? I mean, what will you do? Will you be going around to bike shows, going around to customers saying, look at these, they're great, come and buy one? And
yeah, that's what basically, yeah. You know, you'll probably be seeing my face in magazines. I'll be at bike shows. I may have to go into Europe occasionally. But,
we used to see pictures in magazines of Carl on the bike and you on the back. Are we going to get the opposite way around now?
It's just going to be me on a CCM. You're not going to see Carl at all.
Oh, right. Do you ride a bike, Michaela?
Well, I do ride a bike, but I haven't got my licence, unfortunately. Right. That's another thing that CCM are going to try and sort out for me, to get a licence.
Do your test?
Yeah, I do. I ride it on the field. I can do.
There's a lot of people do that, isn't there? There's a lot of racers who don't even have licences, I know.
What you're getting at. Carl actually only took his licence about 4 years ago.
Well, there you go, you see. Yeah, well, that happens a lot, nothing to say. You shouldn't get your licence, because you'll have to demonstrate these, won't you?
They're going to be saying to me, right, OK, you've talked a lot about it, now get on it and ride it.
Let's see what it's like, right, OK. So we're going to Europe, America, Australia. They're quite big in Australia.
They're thinking about going into Australia with it as well. Yeah, I mean, Australia is such a vast country. Yeah. Something like this is just absolutely superb. I mean, it's an easy ride around, and they're lightweight. You know, they're great to do cross-country things. And I mean, you know, they already have Austin, he's up in the lakes at the moment, you know, with the CCMs, they have ride-outs up in the lakes, which, you know, they're all sold out. They're superb weekends. I mean, guys love it.
I know, I've done it, great. And I come home aching like mad as well after it. Because you've been everywhere in the world with Carl together, so your contacts are there already almost, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of we've always been a team together, you know, so half of that team's just branching out on its own now.
Excellent.
You know, there's no reason why that can't be successful. So yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be international.
Great, and he'll be at home doing the dishes.
Yep.
Well, I wish you all the very best. I'm sure you'll be a success.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, Michaela. Good luck.
Okay, thanks.